Hello everybody and welcome to this week's ITK Soccer Show. It is the 24th of November 2014 and we're back after the international break. We haven't done a show in 2 weeks, so we're going to have a lot of news to get through, including the said international break. We'll also be running down all the latest news, Premier League results, La Liga, a few Italian notes. Dan's going to give us some spiel about Leeds or something or Irish stuff. And we also have the Champions League, including our regular awards slot as well, and some fantasy updates. So how's everybody doing?
Good. I'm okay.
Only okay?
Yes, I will get to it later.
Okay, well, that's okay. Do you want to talk about
what happened yesterday with Liverpool?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing. Oh.
Do you want to talk about Sting?
Even though you don't really care too much for Sting.
No, it's kind of past. It's not my generation.
Okay, that's fair enough, because I'm so much older than you. But we can we'll save that for the other show. All right, so let's talk about the international stuff first. Ireland losing to Scotland. We got together here in the Vuvuzuela studio. We actually got together in the foyer rather than in this room in particular. Actually, speaking of this room, do you guys want to maybe describe to the listeners how fantastic it looks?
Well, I put loads of Snapchats up, so add me on Snapchat and you get to see it.
Okay, Dan, what's your Snapchat addy?
Dan O'Carroll 9. Who would have thought it?
Who would have thought it? And the 9 stands for the amount of times you're going to compare Leeds to a club or situation far bigger than
No,
them.
I was going to compare Rovers to Chelsea again this week.
Okay, fine.
There seems to be a Joe Dolan poster, and his eyes follow me around the room.
Well, it's right over my head, and I'm not too keen.
Yeah,
I'm right beside Totti's man bits as well.
Yeah, and here's the thing, right? In front of me here, guys, just to describe to the listeners, we have a wall of captains that I used to have in my room circa 2007, and they're the exact same posters. So you've got Del Piero, and then the middle Steve Gerrard, and then Francesco Totti. And all similarly sized posters. They're all wearing their armbands.
Basically, if Neil had to choose Bukkake to be part of, these would be the three participants.
Yeah, well, with the caveat of Joe Dolan watching on.
That's a start.
Well, to be fair, there's a bit actually good music over there, like Metallica's over there, and Tom Petty.
Yeah, but regardless, let's go back to the wall of captains here. Who has the most impressive looking package here that you see? I think Toddy's an out-and-out winner.
This one here,
yeah,
look at this.
It's
Jesus.
kind of...
That's his leg, then.
Yeah.
I wish it was his leg.
If the guy who tweeted Carragher had asked Toddy how big his Mickey was on the flop, he'd have no problem replying. Anyway,
Shane Pierre Henry's not up there, because he wins it fair.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
No, I heard Makelele was the man.
Makelele was just a tripod.
He was the guy who went around with a beer can, apparently.
The size of a beer can.
That's what John Terry said.
Okay.
And still, all this talk of footballers' genitalia is still better than that Ireland match, which was the worst night to go to football. I don't like international football.
Don't remember
anyway.
any of it. Actually, no, I do. I remember the first hour.
Dan was practicing his theory that gin doesn't give him hangovers.
It didn't. It didn't.
Dan, there's a difference between not getting a hangover and waking up drunk and then drinking again.
No, but I didn't have a hangover. I was fine.
You woke up drunk.
I was grand.
Yeah, well, we watched this match and Dan proceeded to get absolutely plutered, as he is a consummate professional when it comes to podcasting. But John, as much as you remember of the match, and you already stated you don't like international football, this was hard to watch. The atmosphere was great, though.
The atmosphere was good. There was a few problems. I think a Scottish fan died, and the Irish fans sitting in the Scotland stand got a good bit of abuse, but I think it's to be a bit expected. But no, the atmosphere was incredible. I had a few friends over there who said it was absolutely brilliant, and they didn't think the match was poor, but I think matches are always 10% better when you're there.
Of course, if you're there, you know.
But Scotland destroyed us. It could have been any scoreline. Ireland were missing their whole midfield, really, but I think he played Shane Long up front, didn't he?
Played Long and Walters on it.
First competitive
just
game
didn't work
that
there.
Robbie Keane didn't start, right?
The whole idea was like, oh, let's hoof it to Walters, he'll flick it on, and Long will run onto it. It was like, right.
They're too
It's great. It's
similar,
like-
the
just
two
shocking,
players.
like.
It wouldn't have worked.
It was just...
Yeah.
Like, Houlihan wasn't playing. He was injured.
So talk us through the
it's
Scottish
ugh.
goal.
We were talking about the 2 weeks ago, or was it here, or were we talking about, have you ever seen short corner work? And then it happened 3 days later. It was John I was talking to you about this.
Short corners don't work.
Well, then what? It was a 1-2, and Maloney had it edge of the box 1-2 with Naismith, I think, and it was a good finish to be fair, but we were caught napping, and we nearly got out of jail 3 games in a row away from home. We hit the bar in the last minute. Was it Richard Keogh?
Yeah.
Who hit the bar? He was actually played well, but
Ireland were good in the last few minutes of the game, that's for sure. They came alive towards
I'm sure
the
anyone
end.
anyone can play well for the last 5 minutes of your goal down. You just throw balls into the
Liverpool
box.
can't.
Well, yeah,
We'll get there.
exception.
Another thing we might as well mention, because we didn't have a show the week of the internationals, was 2 nights before this game, there was an incident in my hometown of Portmarnock where Roy Keane and somebody he'd had prior altercations with got into it in the Country Club Hotel where the Irish team were staying. And this led to rumours that Keane was maybe not long for the job. Martin
There's a
O'Neill
lot
came
of
out.
Papers went a bit mad.
There
I'm
was-
pretty sure the Sun reported that Roy Keane was stopped a man building a nuclear bomb that was going to kill half the world. So fair play to Roy Keane.
I heard. I've heard a lot of rumours now that Martin O'Neill has been considering Keane's position, because I think it's just like he's had rant after rant. He's had this. He's like, what was the build up of the whole? Every match we've had pretty much so far has been Roy Keane.
Sure.
Papers have to talk about something.
Well, no, he's doing all these press conferences. Like, what was the first thing we had? He had his book coming out that week. How convenient! He slags off so many players. Actually, some players mentioned in
I'm
it.
surprised.
He's managing.
I'm surprised he didn't get didn't get a look in for the Wigan job, because remember that story how he went to all the Wigan matches. When he retired, he used to go to all the Wigan matches, like, because he didn't want to be noticed or whatever. And he went to like Wigan Arsenal, and they're like, "We can't let you in because it's a big match." Like, and he goes, "I'll just buy a season ticket just to see the Wigan."
What? Why did he want to go see Wigan matches?
Because
so
Wigan
badly?
is close to wherever he was living.
Wigan's beside Manchester.
Yeah,
so.
beside man, and he didn't want to go to.
Okay.
No, but like, yeah,
anyway,
like, it's every week there's been
Yeah.
something about Keane.
does Martin O'Neill have the power to?
Well, he
Martin
appoints him, but
O'Neill.
no. The rumor I heard was Steve Guppy. He has
Language.
old left winger for Leicester.
Yeah. And
He's rumored to be placing him. I don't know. If hasn't come to fruition yet. But
tell me this: how are Ireland looking in the group? Like, is it still?
well, I
is
think
there still a good
anyone
chance?
we would have taken
The results in Scotland would have made it,
if we got a result in Scotland. We would have been.
but no, I think we're in trouble. I think Poland just look very
Us
strong.
Poland are much better than Scotland. Like, we're the fourth worst team in the group.
Fourth best team.
Glass half empty, huh? England won in fair fashion. Rooney picking up a goal.
They were terrible again.
His record recently has been very good internationally. If you take out the World Cup, even though he scored once.
I like the way like a lot of players like Ashley Cole and Gerrard and all them got to 100 caps. Beckham and all that. And then it got to Rooney. It's like, is it too easy to get 100 caps? It doesn't feel like Rooney should have got 100
What were they
caps.
saying as well? Like,
I like
to be fair, Rooney's actually been getting a big bad times. Like, is he actually
not
been a
fair.
good player? It's like, of course
He's-
he's been.
no,
Of course he's been a good player for the last 10 years.
no, he hasn't. Not for England. He scored one tournament goal.
I'm
and that was
talking in
against Italy.
general. I'm talking in general.
Yeah, but he scored in relevant friendlies. It's like how this thing, Robbie Keane has scored more goals than Klose, and it's just like, well, he scored 5 against San Marino, and Klose is the highest scorer in the World Cup.
Well, I
like.
do remember Germany beating San Marino 13-0 in a match.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I'd say he
doesn't,
backed
uh,
up.
Yeah.
Klose is still the top scorer in the World Cup.
well,
Rooney got
Muller's
one World
right
Cup
behind
goal.
him.
One World Cup goal, I think it is.
If that's
Robbie?
how you're going
No,
to
Rooney.
Oh,
if that's how
Rooney,
you'd rate Rooney, you'd also have to say that like there's no England player that performs really in tournaments.
No,
so
there's not.
He's
Not since Rooney in 2003.
I think if you talk about relative to what England do and what have done, he is a good player for England.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. He's no, but it's not even that. Like, it's in general. Like, people are actually saying he's been crap for his whole career. This is club level as well. It's like,
yeah.
come on.
He's
not
what
crap, like.
Jabalabala was to South Africa.
He's
It's like
he's
in the
disappointing.
context that he's a good player.
He didn't live up to what he should have been. I think is probably the phrase.
But has he even at
When he
club
was
level?
16 years old with that
He's
goal
won a
against
lot,
Arsenal,
but no, I
and
don't think so.
He has won a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, like his record is still there, and he's not playing terribly this year.
Yes, he has.
He's not playing
He's
brilliant.
had, he's
but
had one good week, which was this week for England, and a goal on Saturday. That's it.
I don't think he's been that bad.
Are you
Like, Van
go-
Persie's been worse.
Van Persie's having an awful time.
That's
No.
not how you argue. It's like,
Well, no, I'm just saying.
would you say that Rooney's been on top form? No, you can't turn around and go, well, Ricky Lambert hasn't been great either. He's another striker for England.
He's same caliber, same position.
Yes,
same
I agree
club.
that Rooney and Lambert are the same caliber.
No, yeah. Well, they're both Scousers. They're both kind of fat.
Wales had a miraculous draw to Belgium, in which it began the worst week of Joe Allen's career in terms of just unprovoked injuries. He got his head taken clean off by Fellaini's elbow, and then he went on to have the back of his ear cut to shreds in the first 5 minutes of the Liverpool match. So, good man Joe Allen. I'm just going to put it out there. He's my hero of the week. He's only a little fella,
He
and he's still
he
standing.
played defensive mid for Wales, if you're listening, Bren.
And it went well. Yeah.
But the whole thing is, though, with Wales, they have a much better team than we do as well. Like, look at their midfield is Ramsey, Allen, Bale, and So Hal Robson Cano or something, like he's a winger for Reading. Like it's actually a better team. It's actually, and they've got Williams at the back. They've got Hennessy in goal, who's a Premier League goalkeeper.
Sure.
Gunter, not from France.
That was funny about Scotland.
They've actually got better players.
They had like 3 Premier League goalkeepers, and we had like none.
No,
Yeah.
the other one was injured as well. They had Marshall, McGregor, someone else.
But we beat USA, so yay!
Yeah, that was incredible. Oh, we're also, by the way, recording the show during because you were saying we have no Premier League goalkeepers, and it reminded me of Shay Given. Aston Villa and Southampton. Southampton could come within 4 points of Chelsea if they get a win here, but right now it's currently Aston Villa 1, Southampton 0 on the 70th minute. So we'll keep you posted on that as we watch it. You've also written here, John, that the Faroe Islands, San Marino, and Liechtenstein all bagged points, which is. Geez, you'd have fair odds on that.
Ranieri got sacked as Greece manager because of Faroe Islands result.
Faroe Islands is their first ever win,
Yeah.
I think.
Fair play to them.
That's awesome.
I think Brian Kerr got their first ever points when he was manager up there.
But I'm delighted for San Marino because I think they played Estonia, who England beat the other day. Toughest team in England's group, I think.
Yeah.
Switzerland or Slovenia and Estonia. It's fairly...
But that friendly was great with Ireland and the USA, but they didn't.
I miss
USA
Landon.
didn't play.
I was watching the Liverpool match there on Sunday with my dad, and they were talking to Chris Coleman, like the manager at Wales or whatever, and they showed the Wales group at the minute where they are. My dad just goes, "Jesus, look at that group! Wouldn't mind something like that." I was like, "Well, I have Belgium." And I was like, "Doesn't matter. They're."
Yeah.
Oh, my dad actually listens, so there you go, Dad. You got your point across.
World.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, Mr. Carroll. All right, let's do some news, unless there's any other international notes worth mentioning.
Scotland beat USA. Robbie Brady scored a Roberto Carlos free kick.
That's right.
Scotland beat USA.
You guys were at my gig. It was great.
That was Ireland, USA.
Same thing. I had a gig. I had other things on my mind.
Okay, let's talk about Mackie. He's basically been hired to Wigan. Chairman Dave Whelan has well, it turns out to be a daft racist himself.
Yeah, did you not see this?
No, what's happened?
You don't know what's going on.
Right. Well, what happened was, you know the way Malky McCoy sent all those texts and just
Yeah.
going how like, oh, these Jews never let money through their fingers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But Dave Whelan comes around and goes, well, it's true. Like, Jews like money. They're better at earning it than we are. They care more about earning it. They never let it slip through their fingers. A rant which I imagined Shane McMahon's theme tune of money, money, money in the background of. It's like, and then it got even worse, and he goes, Chinese people, I'm sure they have words for us white people. No sort of stuff.
But he says there's going to be an FA investigation
Into both of
him,
them, I hope.
about it. No, well, Mackay, there's been one done. But he got a massive applause, Malky Mackay, on Saturday
Yeah.
for the match.
Did they win?
I think they drew 1-1,
Well,
I think.
fans always stand up for.
But like he is actually a good manager, to be fair. But like
I don't think so.
he's all right, and they it wasn't. It's such a mess. Like, and he says he's going to step down as Wigan chairman if he's found guilty or found to be racist or whatever.
He is
the hell.
about 75, though, aren't they? Not
Yeah.
Well, to be fair to him, he did break his leg at the FA Cup final.
They're allowed. Well, they're meant for each other.
He didn't break his leg in the FA Cup final, did he?
No. Did he?
Dave Whelan did.
Did he?
Dave Whelan broke his leg in the FA Cup
Well,
final.
what I mean is they're meant for each other because they're both racist. We've
Wigan,
kind of
the
gone over
People's
this.
Club. Remember everyone used to enjoy Wigan.
When Rock was their mascot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good times.
Good times indeed. Okay, well, we'll see how that goes. That'll be interesting. 45,000 fans turn out for England's women versus Germany.
Yeah, it was
What's
yesterday.
this about?
That's amazing.
They almost filled Wembley.
Really?
Yeah,
That's pretty incredible.
it was like, it was a pretty decent turnout.
So what
I
was this
decided
for?
to
Was this a qualifier?
I'm not even sure what it was. It was just it was on ITV yesterday.
Yeah, I think it was a
Cricket.
World Cup qualifier.
Yeah,
See, Stephanie Roach, speaking of women's football, is going for the Puskas Award.
yeah.
Jesus. Amazing.
So she's in like groups with like
It's an incredible goal.
Diego Costa. I can't remember. I think Costa. It's the head kick for
I
Costa.
remember seeing
But it
her
was a great
goal,
goal.
I think Van
actually, yes.
Persie's goal and James Rodriguez's from the World Cup.
Yeah,
run.
Rodriguez. What from? Oh, they're from Percy Header, was it? Yeah. So like, yeah, she's in with amazing players. So it's like, well done to her anyway. So just to say, we're not big sexist here.
What's the Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank stuff here?
He's just in charge of Burton. I didn't
He
know that.
won.
I found
He
it.
went to Wickham.
Yeah.
They were top of League Two and they won 3-1.
Yeah, no.
Good old Jimmy. You know.
I didn't know that he was. He had it in him. As a
No,
manager.
he actually applied for the Leeds job.
No.
I was like, oh god.
Well, I bet
That was
you.
the first time we sacked our manager this year.
You know, I bet you're ruining that now.
Yeah.
Marco Royce is out till January with ankle damage. Obviously, he's been linked to a fair number of big teams when the January transfer window opens. I don't know if this will change
He won't
things.
go in January.
Yeah, obviously they want to hang on to him terribly.
There's
But
there's another rumor, different German Kadira leaving.
Well, that's every
To
transfer
Bayern.
window.
To Bayern.
Lamb is also injured.
Is
So,
he?
yeah.
So maybe that's why.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, makes sense.
a lot of Alonso can't play all the time.
Yeah,
Unless he wants to resign for Liverpool at a ridiculous amount.
I tell you, Javi Garcia is, or
Javi
Javi
Martinez.
Martinez is also injured.
Yes, yeah, they've got a few injuries already.
So as
Yeah,
defensive mid, they
Well, Rice, he was a bad one against the same ankle again. I feel actually very sorry for him because he just keeps getting injured. And Dortmund, I think they got a point there.
No, they're still bottom.
Are they still bottom, are they?
that's outrageous. It's going to be pretty easy for clubs, I'd say, to come in and swipe the big
So is
guys
Jurgen
this
Klopp
year.
a shit manager now?
No, he has an interview this week on Sky because Dortmund play Arsenal, I think.
They do, yes.
And he's like the usual talk about him coming to. He wants to come to England, but Dortmund won't sack him. It's very similar.
No, well, of course, why would they sack him?
Well, he's bottom of the table, and at a certain stage, most clubs, unless you're Arsenal, give up on a manager. Like no matter how well
Of
they've
course.
done. Like.
Okay, and finally, FIFA were asked to investigate FIFA, and they handed in a report to FIFA saying the FIFA are all good.
Well, and they also, they've apparently tainted half the report that came in.
Yeah,
That's
the
not my
report. The report was something like 400 pages or something, and they handed in a 50-page document or something. And your man who wrote
Oh,
it,
yeah.
and your man who wrote it was like, "That's not my work."
He said that's nothing to do with me.
And then the England lads who were going after the 2022 World Cup go, "Hey, release the full report." And Sepp Blatter's like, "Okay, if you promise not to sue, we'll do it."
apparently they're big daft racists and
Because
everything as well.
England also tried to bribe, which is how you get things done at FIFA. So
Did they?
yeah.
Oh, it's just an absolute, like, you think the Irish government is bad at the moment. Like, this is fucking even worse.
Yeah, well, it's never going to change because like there's only one governing body, and you
And
know,
the same guy keeps going for fucking...
yeah, it's never
president,
going to.
like-
I guess it's kind of like the comparison we make on the other show with Vince. Only when the main guy goes can it get better because he's not going to leave on his own accord.
Well, I don't think Vince is as bad as Sepp Blatter now.
I'd
It's worse.
definitely say he's pretty bad.
A good fight though. WrestleMania maybe.
I'd say Vince would whoop him. Although Vince is looking
Vince,
so
Vince he's very
old.
thin, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He's lost a lot of weight.
you'd swear he's in his late 60s.
He had a great joke about Liverpool though. You see his Liverpool joke?
We should mention this. The WWE were in Liverpool and they were doing a SmackDown taping, and Vince was just so angry at the fans sitting on their hands, much like they do at Anfield these days. And so he came out and he said, "Liverpool, that sounds like an old man's skin disease. Yeah, I've got Liverpool. It's a horrible name. Enjoy yourself, goddammit."
He marches back.
Just at the absolute end of his tether. Okay, so that's the news. Let's get into some Premier League results, I suppose, if we have to. Okay, so Stoke City and Burnley took place on Saturday. Actually, there was no early kickoff. They were all 3 o'clock kickoff.
Why was there no early kickoff?
They do this
The
sometimes after international break.
championship
Oh.
was...
Yeah, but there's always a championship game because Guy have to show something.
Yeah, no, they do it. They do it after international
Yeah,
break.
just give them an extra couple of hours, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Okay, so yeah, we'll just go through it like this then. Stoke and Burnley. Burnley incredibly away from home, going up 2-0, and then Jonathan Walters got a goal back. But within the space of 1 minute, Danny Ings getting a
Walters
brace.
became Stoke's highest ever goal scorer in the Premier League.
That's a great achievement.
But like he scores an average of about 6-7 goals a year,
It was a lovely diving header. You never see it these days. You'd love to see it.
like Van Persie.
Yeah.
Well, that was not in between two defenders. A very Stoke goal, I thought. But now Danny Ings is looking like honestly, Burnley just
Two
needed
wins-
somebody
two
to
wins
get
in a row
goals
for Burnley.
to keep him fit.
Burnley are joint 18th now. QPR are bottom,
Yeah.
so they're going the right way. Like, who would have thought, like, they won't stay up, but
Hey, it's a pretty wacky season.
it's
Well,
wacky.
I don't think Liverpool will stay up,
everyone's
so-
fucking shite, I suppose. But like, I think they're even more shite.
But anyway, Burnley's first away win of the season and
Second in a row.
win or away win.
Yes,
Win in a row.
Yeah, that's their first away win,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Okay, so that's amazing stuff there at the Britannia Stadium. Newcastle kept their run of form alive by beating QPR at St James's Park 1-0.
They went
Sissoko-
temporarily fourth.
Yeah, it's amazing.
They were 19th.
When's it going to
in
get to a
October.
stage where everybody thinks Pardew is the man for a job? Actually, I'd say it's about 95% of the crowd are there now.
No, they're not.
Come on.
They're not there.
Even after this week.
It's just it's
They're
a
not.
weird
They
thing.
they don't want them there. It's just one of those things like, we don't like you, you don't like us.
like it's
We're
like
gonna support you, but it's not working. Like,
couple hours after the game, I think that like they're all like, okay, oh yeah, and then like they wake up the next morning and go, what the F was I thinking?
It's still
I had a
bad.
similar chat with Dan yesterday, and then I was like, "Oh, go to work." What the hell is wrong with me?
What was the chat about?
Should Brendan go?
Okay, we'll talk about that. Manchester City against Swansea City.
Man City are looking very weak. They're very much a one-man team.
Absolutely.
Them, Liverpool and Arsenal are very much relying on one man. Liverpool can't keep fit. Aguero's obviously better.
The thing about Arsenal though, on Saturday, they actually didn't play too badly. They were just.
We'll get there. They were very good the first
half.
half.
I'm just saying, they seem to be very reliant on Aguero, and he didn't score in this match. Yaya Toure just had one great burst into the.
Did anyone see how bad Jesus of Nazareth was?
No, I didn't see.
He was. I got an assist, but he was like woeful. Like, can you imagine like Walcott making his debut? A bad Walcott when he was like 16. Like, it was just terrible stuff.
Fast, and that's all he is.
They had a David Seaman on the Sunday supplement or Goals on Sunday, I think it is, and they asked him to rate every single goalkeeper in the Premier League, like, and he just wouldn't give lower than a 7. Like everyone was 8 or 8, like, and he's like Chesney could be a 9, but at the minute he's an 8 and all that sort of
political mastermind.
Has he still got his mustache and his ponytail?
Nope.
No, for November he gets rid of the mustache and ponytail.
That's incredible. He hasn't the ponytail.
So the ponytail is completely back by the 1st of December. Like,
no, he hasn't had the ponytail in years.
That's a great football quote there. Like, David James, did you learn anything off your former goalkeeper, David Seaman? It's like, yeah, hair grows fast.
What did David James complain about in 95, 96? He was like a real talented goalkeeper coming through Liverpool, and it's like, it's like, why is he so like making these horrendous mistakes from nothing? And he blamed them. I'm gonna be. He came actually. I had a statement. He goes, "I'm sorry. I've been up playing the Sega Mega Drive FIFA 95 all night. I got to bed at 7 o'clock in the morning."
What a trendsetter!
It's like, what are you doing, man? Like,
because now it's cool for.
And he says, "My eyes were sore."
10 years later, Pirlo does it, wins the World Cup. Like,
yeah, you see, it's cool for Pirlo to be like, "Oh, it's the best thing in the world."
Thing, like, that's like, you get 2 statements and you're like, "Oh, look at him, he's an idiot." But look at him, he's a footballing god.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Well, Pirlo wasn't up till fucking 6 o'clock in the morning playing.
You don't know that. I'm sure.
Well, the World Cup was on at 8 o'clock.
Him and Nesta used to lock themselves in the tanning room or in the
You could just imagine Pirlo having all the ball, Nesta just waiting here to go bang.
Yeah,
that's the game. There was no goals. Like,
I can only presume they played like on the same team as well. They probably played as Milan. Okay, now you pass to me. No, real me. Okay. Okay, so Wilfred Bonney, whose scoring record's been great since he signed a new contract.
He's the highest goal scorer of the calendar year.
Is he?
Premier League.
Yeah, he's doing great. Like, he's a fantastic striker. I wish we would have bought him.
But he's the thing about Bonney though. He's the year contract he's signed. It's essentially he's just like they're adding value to him.
Sure,
he'll be gone this summer.
It'd be great for Arsenal next year.
Yeah, so would a new manager. Okay, and then we had Jovetic and Toure, as John mentioned, one of his classic bursting runs, and they're becoming more vintage than classic on account of he doesn't do them that much anymore. Leicester City and Sunderland had a 0-0. I'm sure Leicester welcomed it after the last few weeks. Any notes on this? Perfect. Everton versus West Ham from Goodison Park. This was a very tetchy game, wasn't it? There was
West Ham had half the team injured. Sacco was out, Valencia was out, Downing was out, Noble I think was out. And they were missing 1 or 2 defenders as well, and they kind of unlucky nearly to lose. So Big Sammy's doing well at the moment. They're on. Well, obviously they lost, but they're doing well before that. So kind of unlucky. Half the team was out.
Was there a sending off in this game?
No.
What do I think there was? Okay.
I don't think there was any this weekend. There should have been.
There was one in the
there was one.
Zarate scored after Lukaku had made it 1-0 for Everton, and Osman at 74 minutes. The referee played 2 amazing advantages to cause the Osman goal. It was amazing because he was having a very bad game up to that point.
The Lukaku goal was outside.
Yeah, it was.
He was.
Yeah,
but it's a stupid non-involvement or the second phase and all that shite. It's like I'm not really outside.
Yeah, I know.
It's like they really have to get rid of that. It's like you're either pregnant or you're not. Like just you can't be half.
Easy. The ref was having an awful time up until that amazing. What's the word I'm looking for? Advantage. Okay, so Chelsea and West Brom at Stamford Bridge. It was 2-0 in the end. Both
football cliches and all that sort of.
It was 2-0.
Could have been a cricket score.
Could have been a cricket score. But put it this way:
of 2 halves.
in the first half, they were outrageous. Costa scored a goal, which was actually also debatably offside, and Hazard then, like in his 6th attempt on target, finally got it in. It could have been any other
that
score.
Hazard goal was hilarious. Another short corner.
Yeah, there you go. Cesc Fabregas after this match said it was the most fun he's ever had in one half of football. Was the first half of this
But like,
match.
I'm surprised they actually didn't just go for it, or else like take off their
I
players.
don't think
and
they
rest
had
them.
to. I honestly think, like, I know they're already qualified, but you know they're having a good time. Like, it's just
It was just
Qualified
an
for
ex-
what?
it was just a,
true Champions League. Like, they're
Oh yeah, well
marginalised.
no, well, like still though, you wanna like
Yeah, what?
cost
Like, they're
us dodgy leg.
They're-
Like take
Southampton
it
have dropped points. What's that? Chelsea 6 points on top of the league more.
yeah. Well, it will be
off. So still 1-0.
no. There'll be 7 points ahead of Southampton if the score. No, it's 1-1. Southampton back in it. I'll get the score now in a sec after you guys talk to me about the Arsenal Manchester match. It was at the Emirates. Arsenal were great for the first half, and then there was the Kieran Gibbs own goal.
If there was a moment that summed up this match, it was the moment that an Arsenal fan got a half a glass of red wine and threw it at the United bench.
It's amazing. Is that the way the fucking Emirates is these days? It used to be about a lager and a fucking pie.
they're
and
booing over their red wine.
Arson, learn how to unzip your jacket. That's incredible.
Oh, they're fucking.
It was like third time in like I know we had the international break, but it's the third match in a row Arsenal went. Yeah, we better throw everyone up there. Leave. Was it Koscielny playing? Who was
No,
playing
he was
centre back?
injured. They had Monreal, a bad left back.
Monreal
Oh.
versus Di Maria and Rooney. Like it's just like, oh my Jesus.
No,
Yeah.
but that's the whole thing. Like,
Talk to me about the Gibbs goal, Dan.
it was actually a foul
Yeah.
by Fellaini.
Yes.
Can we talk about Jack Wilshere?
He should have been sent off. He actually played very well for his half. He was actually very good. Except this horrendous
He is
miss.
trying to be Steven Gerrard.
His horrendous
without
miss.
the ability of being like he powered into the box, and I was like, "What a goal this will be! Absolutely brilliant
Yeah.
play." United, like
They were
United,
they
were
were
playing. I think their 8th defensive back line in 12
And
matches or whatever
they
it
were
is.
going back to 3 at the back as well.
Well, I think they had to. They were playing Arsenal away, an attacking team, and it was a makeshift, just 3 young lads. But there was a mistake. I can't remember who made it, and
It was De Gea's bad kick.
Sanchez gave it through to Wilshere, and Wilshere, great run, right through, and De Gea just stood there like an
But no,
absolute.
literally, all he had to do was just kick it to the left.
Yeah, and
Like,
Wilshere,
there was
Wilshere
3/4
acted.
of the goal.
Wilshere acted in like FIFA, you know, when you're clean through and you're expecting someone
Yeah.
to bring out the keeper, and the keeper doesn't move. You're like, crap, right? And he just tries to boot it, and De Gea with a great save. It was just like De Gea was man of the match, probably.
Yeah, he was very
He
good.
was very good. It was such a good run.
Yeah,
But
and,
no,
and
I-
then Wilshere went down, which I didn't think was a penalty, but
Oh, I thought it was.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
I thought
Wilshere
it
was
was.
taken off then, wasn't he?
He
He
got
was
injured
injured.
again.
He lit up the Christmas lights somewhere in London and was wearing an ankle
Oh,
cast.
for God's
So.
sake.
But he,
This foul, Fellaini basically pushed Gibbs into Chesney.
yes.
And then they're both lying on the ground. Chesney was literally dying. And
I don't know I don't know why he went off. It didn't look very.
he actually
I think Gi-
asked not to go off.
Gibbs just didn't want to get up.
Yeah,
And then-
so Gibbs was
then
like,
sure
I'll
leg
just
out.
stick
Yeah.
by. And it was one of those things, guys, where it was like...
Sorry, that would only happen to one team in England. And it was
Absolutely.
Arsenal.
It
It was
was-
not one other
definitely,
team would concede a goal.
definitely happened to Liverpool.
Probably Leeds as well after the horrendous goal we conceded.
It was... it was
Parentheses.
So the 3 of them.
maybe this week we'll unwind it. It was one of those crosses that it was barely even... it wasn't a shot on target. It was at best a cross. So Gibbs sticking his leg up was very unfortunate. It just went straight in.
Yeah.
And then Chesney was like... Chesney tried to get up a second time to make a second save, but when he saw the goal was
Well, it
conceded,
got
he
to a- it got
dropped
to a
back down
stage
and was
where-
dying.
But I've like. See, the whole thing is Arsenal actually played well, especially first half. There should have been 2 or 3 up, and it wouldn't have been. Like, you wouldn't have said, "Oh, that's ridiculous." Like, they actually.
It's what
they
I've always
killed
said
them.
about Welbeck, though. He's not like...
Yeah, like Welbeck, he had 1 or
He's
2
not
chances,
goal
and there was
scorer.
just no conviction and confidence. Like,
Yeah.
even though I think he's actually been good for Arsenal, his work rate and the way he runs, and he runs them behind, he's a bit of pace, and he works hard. But it's just
It's a great goal by Giroud.
Oh, yeah, we'll get there. Just first off, we
You
had
said that a
the,
lot in this podcast.
the-
It's kind
yeah,
of bad.
I'm trying. Wayne Rooney, basically, he admitted after the match that the idea was let their fullbacks get forward, which they inevitably do, and then just break on the counter. And he did with Di Maria, and he scored a pretty neat finish, even though Chesney got a hand to it. Showed a glimpse of pace,
Chelsea went
which was nice. Oh, sorry, yes.
your man, Damiano Martinez, who looked absolutely horrendous when he came on.
Well,
Although,
except for that save against Di Maria.
Although...
He didn't save it.
no, it
Di
wasn't.
Maria.
He dinked it over him.
Yeah, that Di Maria
Despite
chance.
the embarrassing being subbed on and being subbed off, Ashley Young played
Ashley Young.
very well, I thought.
Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah.
He was brought on when Shaw went out pretty bad.
But it's one of those ones though. Man United they always just be able to beat Arsenal regardless. Like, I remember they beat them in the FA Cup a couple of years ago with 7 defenders in the team.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's get through this match first.
Sorry, one win in 15 for Arsenal.
Yeah, but that's
Man
against
United.
all the big teams.
No, it's against Man United.
Yeah, no, but like they went through everything and they have a horrible record against everyone. Like.
They do. They have a pretty bad record.
Oh yeah, but 1 in 15. That's.
But that Giroud came back on. He's fit again. He's actually back early from injury. And,
Although he's back so early that Arsenal didn't register him for their 2 remaining Champions League games.
well, it was an incredible goal.
Great
Kind of
goal.
didn't make sense.
No one even saw it went in. If you saw Wayne Rooney's
Wayne
interview
Rooney.
after the game,
Spoof for the week
where
for
he's
me.
like, and it was great to win 2-0.
And he said great to get a clean sheet. He
Yeah,
said.
you didn't.
He tweeted then after, he goes, "Oh, I forgot Giroud scored. Ha ha ha."
It is one
Sorry.
of those mad ones because I thought, oh, here we go. I'd love a point because I thought like, whatever will happen tomorrow, and I was like, Arsenal they didn't have a chance after that, did they?
No.
After that, no, well,
That was the
they had
90th minute.
They had so many chances before. The whole thing is when they conceded that the second goal, the Rooney goal, there was your man Chesney was down for ages. Wilshere was down for
Mertesacker was
ages.
playing right wing.
Like, it was just, there were so many injuries in the game and stoppages that there was going to be at least 7-8 minutes. There was 8 minutes added on, and they were fucking piling everyone forward with 15 minutes to
I
go.
think Wenger knew how important it was.
Yeah, but your man Uzmanov, he's the vice president or something, or he's one of the main stakeholders. He came out today and he said Wenger is not learning from his mistakes and he has to learn. And Jurgen
Oh,
Who's that?
somebody
Who said
from
that?
Arsenal has finally said something about Wenger.
yes, yeah, that's quite big actually, because I didn't think anyone would have the bottle to do it.
No, that's
because
not-
I think Wenger
I
is
think-
almost
I-
he leaves when he wants.
I think his
like,
exact quote was, "Even houses fall on old women," which is an old Russian saying.
Yeah, but they learn
which is
from it.
which is
He
bad.
says they learn from it or something.
Bad things happen to good people, I think is. But in Russia, it's even houses fall on old women. So
Well, he said something about Wenger. Yeah, maybe he's inclining he's an old woman. I don't know, but yeah, like Jurgen Klopp is the man. Get him in there. In
he
the
should.
summer.
Like me and Dan have agreed, he should have left after winning the FA Cup.
It was perfect. It was perfect for him to go because he had 2 options after winning the FA Cup. It was like, we've won the FA Cup after so long. We left you on a winning mentality. Someone can come in and take the club, or else you have to build on it.
Only
Don't
Wenger,
go backwards.
Only
it's
Wenger
all-
can buy Ozil and Sanchez and not go anywhere.
Go backwards, yeah, and not lose
And he
anybody
also
else.
said no to Cesc. Like, he said no to him.
Yeah.
Like Cesc, that's why Cesc wanted to leave Barca. He's like, or he rang up Wenger and he's like, yeah, take me. Come on.
You
I'll
have
come
to
back.
remember, Dan, like, money is not easy for these clubs, other than Chelsea. Chelsea can throw 30 million on a risk, but
No, well, Chelsea since Mourinho have come in, they have balanced the books. They're like actually nearly in profit.
yeah, they're doing that because they're able to buy players really young. They've bigger squads than anyone else, and then they sell players. Like they got like 18 million for De Bruyne or something
So it's
ridiculous.
20 odd million for De Bruyne. They got 37 for Mata, but still, they still did these things though.
I know, but
Do you
no
know what
other
I mean?
team could do that. No other team can have a 20-something million player.
Yeah, but no
sitting on
other.
their
What
bench.
other team in Europe charge like nearly $2,000 for a season ticket like Arsenal do?
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like they've so much money.
Well,
Of
we
course they can do
we
it.
got 75 million and we didn't do much with it. Speaking of,
Yay.
Sunday's early kickoff, Liverpool and Crystal Palace. So Mario Balotelli went down with an injury on Friday, and it was finally decreed that Ricky Lambert would get his first Premier League start. He's yet to score for Liverpool in the competitive game, and within 2 minutes, the Southampton connection, which Jamie Carragher spent about 10 minutes pointing out that he'd expect to see more of since they were both signed, it came to fruition. An amazing over-the-top through ball by Lallana, finished with tremendous confidence by Ricky Lambert. And John, it was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Go on.
It's hard to say. I sent a mass text, don't even know who got it, and I called Brendan Rodgers a coward.
It was to me.
Yeah, I sent it to more people than that. But I can't. Every fan, every person who watches football can see where the issue is. Neil Warnock realised where the issue was, which came from their second goal, which is...
Is it this guy here? Is it?
No, well, yes, he is the issue. But this Glenn Johnson isn't up to much. Like, Balassi had a great game. He always has a good game against Liverpool.
Yeah,
they
he's actually picked
switch wings with
specifically
him. Within 30 seconds, he goes past Johnson. Johnson there picking his nose or his arse or whatever, going, something's just happened. Lovren, who had actually had an okay game,
the second goal.
slips on his arse. Palassi passes it back, and there's Gerrard and Sterling just going, one of us should be marking him. Actually, who got this?
Ledley.
Ledley just to pass it right to Mingale, who just goes for the second goal and just.
What was he doing
no.
for the kick out?
Oh,
That
yeah.
was no, I'm sorry. That was absolutely fucking.
The strange thing was he was taking such time with these kickouts.
Yeah.
That everyone was
Yeah, it
just
was to
like,
be
what's
fair. The
going on?
conditions a bit wet. The ball's probably greasy,
point-
but that's still not. It's not an excuse for
The point is,
football,
he spent long enough queuing this up.
and it wasn't like it was the last minute where he needed a goal.
But I don't know what a Liverpool goal looks like this season.
Do you mind me?
No.
You were saying there, yes, I'm going to bring it up in this now.
Yeah.
That you were saying.
Well, hold on, let me just
Okay.
just finish it up. So yeah, Ledley got the goal at 78, and then Jednak got the goal in 81.
Great goal.
So that was it was 3-1 basically Crystal Palace. The Selhurst curse continues. I thought Gerrard was amazing in the first half in terms of his passing. I thought he was the only person. Him and Alan were the only people doing things.
Neil, I
Okay,
think
Joe
you're
Allen.
really watching when they played Palace 10 years ago or something.
No, I was definitely watching this and making notes.
You said against Chelsea he was very good as well.
In the first half.
He was.
Or sorry, the second half. He was good.
No.
I thought he was
He
very good in
hasn't
the
been
first
good
half.
all year.
I thought he was very good in the first. Anyway, what were you going to ask, John?
What I was going to say was I was talking to John through this yesterday, and I was really saying like, what's the problem with all this? And then you said pretty much Rodgers is one of the main issues. And I said, are you just saying this as in you're pissed off? It's another defeat.
It
Have
was.
you just sleep on it. How do you feel now? Have you changed your mind? You're saying you didn't want Rodgers out, but you're saying this guy has to change. He's not adapting his tactics. But it's a fair point.
It's not working. It's not. Southampton are doing well this season because they've set up the defence. That's the reason. Like, they're not outplaying teams, and I don't know where a goal comes from Liverpool. So you can't play a load of attacking player. Sterling's not in form. I think Lallana is, but you can't get him the ball as often as he can. Joe Allen's playing quite well, but everyone else is like Manquillo's does alright, but he offers nothing going
I'm
forward.
surprised Moreno wasn't getting a game.
I think Wednesday's a big match, like,
Yeah.
and you can't play him every match.
But
But
like as well, like the thing we were saying about Wenger kind of not adapting to things, and
yeah.
like Rodgers didn't. I know he got 2 fullbacks in, but
Rodgers,
He hasn't-
Rodgers after came out and goes, "Yeah, I'm under pressure here." I don't think like that. You don't say that. You don't like.
you know, I thought he was almost too honest with his.
He was
but
very
he's
honest.
always
It was-
but
it was-
I don't know. Honestly,
Like if you finish 10th, playing
Yeah.
all this way through the season,
yeah.
what's your assessment, Liverpool? Like Gerrard will probably he could be released.
No, Gerrard will still play every game because Rodgers is a coward.
So you're still thinking he's a coward. He's
When
playing the wrong
Rodgers came
players.
in, every Liverpool fan went, "We're not expecting anything big." Like obviously he overreached last year.
That's
which
the
was great
problem.
to see.
That's one of the big problems.
It's not one of the big problems when Lovren is a mess. Lovren should never play for Liverpool again.
I wonder why they don't play Colo. I'm
Yeah,
not
that's what I
actually
said.
joking. Like,
The Real Madrid match was probably one of our best performances this season. I'd play that team.
But like Colo,
That
at
team,
least,
that team doesn't look like it has anything going forward. But if they want to sit in the bench and get us, I don't even know.
Colo at least he can actually kind of organise a back four somewhat.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
like I think Skirtle's having a nightmare as well.
Skirtle should never play for Liverpool again.
Like there's so many of them who are just really not up to it. But
Gerrard offers nothing.
yeah, like his
no
legs are
one's
gone.
making runs up front.
Is it? Do you think is it tiredness, or I actually think it's nearly are these players fit
I think last season almost killed Gerrard, and I think he's trying to do
mentally as
like
well?
he tried to become Steven Gerrard of old
It's
in the
not-
last match, shooting from everywhere,
it's
which I
not
think
a-
is what got Neil excited. I think.
No, it was actually nothing to do with the shots.
All
It's
right.
not. It's not a hangover from
here's my
the Chelsea slip.
I'll tell you about what I think was the merits of Gerrard in the first half. Now only, basically, I've never seen a team have this problem that Liverpool have, which is they can't, in any confident way, play out from the back. They just can't.
But my God, if they try and try slowly,
They're trying, and it's never working. And it happened several times in the Chelsea match where they tried to play out from the back, and they were literally caught in their own half, right? And every time it got worse and worse and worse, and it just became one of those things. Even though we went up because of the Chan goal, when are they going to score? So with Gerrard, the one thing that I think he brings to the team is that he's the only person who can get a ball out from that position. But we've talked about this on the show before. It's when they're being pressed, that's when Gerrard gives nothing. If Gerrard is going to be equipped to play a quarterback role, it has to be alongside a defensive midfielder. It cannot be the last man in midfield, especially with two fucking ham and eggers as centre backs that we play.
another thing that my issue with Rodgers was he does the same subs every single match. Every
Yeah.
single match where I go, there's probably our two best players. He takes them off.
Yeah, he's
Lallana and Allen probably are two best players.
I
If we
think even nearly like went to 3 at the back or
That
something.
that could have
Just
been
change it,
because
like.
of the Champions League. I don't know.
It might be, but under no circumstances should Joe Allen be taken out for Chan.
Okay, look,
Chan for Gerrard comes up.
we're going to end up talking about Liverpool again in the Champions League preview, so let's not make this an all-red show. Would you take 17th now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Spurs and Hull was the final Premier League fixture of the weekend. Oh, by the way, Aston Villa and Southampton ended 1-1. So, Spurs, great free kick in the dying minutes from Christian Eriksen after Harry Kane again scored parity from a
Shouldn't have been
Liverpool
allowed.
goal. Sorry?
Shouldn't have been allowed. Another offside as
Yeah.
well.
But this Harry Kane,
He's not that good.
he's fucking...
He's just getting goals. You just
He's
Hell
not
yeah.
that
you can't.
good.
Like, I don't know. It's just one of those.
Could
mad-
walk.
He's one of these Andros Townsend
He could
lads. Oh,
walk.
he's English and he's young.
Hey, hold on.
He's-
At least he scores goals, first off.
Scores
Don't give me
goals.
that Andros Townsend shit. And you know he could walk straight into that Leeds team. So,
No, well, him and Antonucci up front, possibly.
no, him up front by himself.
But Antonucci,
Sack the rest.
support striker.
But anyway, this was a very good goal by Eriksen.
It's a nice match. Hull were the better team, but then the red card.
Never a red card. That's 2 away games now in
Yeah.
a row where Spurs have relied on a red card to get in the game against 2 poor teams with 10
I
men.
can't imagine Pochettino. Is it Pochettino?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't imagine he'll last much longer.
No. So it was Gaston Ramirez that was sent off the 50th minute.
Tim Sherrod to come back.
It's Pochettino,
Definitely.
like, give him. He's actually a good manager. Give him fucking time. Like, they're an absolute
Ah, you
joke.
don't
They're
know
a
that.
joke of a
Manager.
club there. They're a joke of a club.
Maybe he's holding Southampton back.
No, I think he helped on the good work from.
There you go.
He
Seriously.
helped. So he didn't.
Maybe
He
he's helped-
didn't.
maybe
So
he's
he
holding
didn't.
them back.
He didn't build on the good work from Nigel Atkins then, no.
Hey, look.
Or he
all I-
didn't get like Europa League for Espanyol, who are really struggling in La Liga. Like, he's
All
a
I'm
good
saying,
manager. Of
all
course
I'm
he's a good
saying,
manager.
all I'm saying is the board of directors at Southampton know something we don't know, and something a lot of people in football don't know. They shift out Pochettino. They shift out 8 of
No,
their.
he wanted to leave.
They shift out 8 of their starting 11 last year, make an amazing profit from it, sign better players, and they're going to get Champions League football.
Well, that's because no one
They're
else
gonna
wants to
get.
get it.
That's a story.
Here, who's going to get it? Who's going to get?
I don't want to talk about it this week.
It'll
Can we
be-
save that till next week, please?
Yeah.
Please, it's too much right now. It's too much.
Say if you lose again next week and you're out of the
I
Champions
don't
League,
wanna-
then what
it's
happens
easy
then?
that Liverpool
Will we
think-
talk about who's getting relegated, or
Let's go to Champions
It's going to be
League.
tough to do this podcast because if I see a Liverpool match where Glenn Johnson, Skirtle, Lovren, and all start, I'm not watching it.
Is this true?
Yeah.
When does this boycott begin?
the
Wednesday.
weekend of the stag?
Wednesday. Oh, is the okay? Right. Let's talk about. Okay, we'll do La Liga first. Messi became the all-time top scorer in La Liga when Barca shellacked Seville 5-1. He got a hat trick, so he matched the record. They broke the record.
And then he beat it again.
Oh, he beat it again.
But he got the hat trick.
I thought.
No, he doubled his goal amount. He got like 500 and something goals.
Sorry, I thought for some reason he didn't match the
The
record. until
equaling
second
goal was the first free kick,
Yeah.
and then the next one was good work by Neymar.
Did you see his quote?
I don't think he's happy there. I could see him leave.
His quote was something like, "My dream was to stay at Barcelona, but sometimes dreams don't come true."
I think he does.
And another
he doesn't
thing
like
is,
the owners
they
and
throw up the
what's going on.
stats as they did, and they were saying the top 10 Spanish league goal scorers, and I think Ronaldo's in 8th or 9th. But he's played like a lot fewer games, and if Messi leaves, Ronaldo will break it, I'd say. Like I
Depends, because Messi's
No,
2-3
obviously-
years younger.
I know, but
So-
I said if
hold
Messi
on,
leaves.
If he leaves. You know, the thing about Messi leaving, if you want to say it's posturing for more money, he signed like a new contract this year. So I don't
He's
know
not.
what.
You think he just wants a new
It's not
challenge?
It's.
You think he wants to go?
I think it's. Well, like for example,
Could you
in the
imagine he
last-
joined Pep at Bayern?
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah. Robin, are you... Sorry, Robin, you're 33. My left-footed...
We need a number 10 who's left-footed.
Left-footed.
Yeah, there you go. No,
Jesus.
but like the whole thing is though with that, like he does. I don't think he likes since Joan Laporta left in 2011,
Yeah.
the old president, and then Russell came in. He was a disaster. Bartomeu wasn't doing much. I don't think they're not supporting him. Like everyone's talking about like the Ballon d'Or this year. It's like, oh, Ronaldo's going to get it, and Real Madrid are going, oh yeah, this guy's going to get it. Who in God's name from the hierarchy in Barcelona are looking? Why not Messi? Like he's World Cup player of the tournament. He scored goals in the World Cup. He broke the La Liga record. He still scores 30, 40 goals, even though he hasn't been fit the last year.
No.
No, but they still should be backing him, regardless if it's right or
Max
wrong.
Suarez. Although he hasn't scored for Barcelona
He's
yet.
had 5 assists in 6 games.
Yeah, we'll take him back.
But he like it's. I don't think they're helping him.
Yeah.
I think they should be.
Do you think he's
literally-
bored?
Yes.
I think it's just lack of leadership in the club.
Well, I would say, John, it's he's achieved everything. By the end of this season, he'll have achieved everything he could.
Yeah.
So there would be a slide down on the boredom there.
Right.
I think the obviously the flux from the Pep era to now is probably not doing it for him. And I think the injuries are obviously going to be associated with Barcelona. And but besides Bayern, could he go anywhere else? Because as soon as you said it, I was like, well, that's
City.
it. It's Bayern or
you never
nowhere.
know. Like,
Why would he go to City? Dan, why would he go to
Because they
City?
could probably afford him, because you have to
Why
think.
would
No.
Well, first of all, you're going to need 250 million euros to buy out his contract. To buy him out of his contract for Barcelona. That's 250 million euros.
Dan, it'll never
transfer.
be that amount of money if he
It
wants
is.
to. If he wants to go, I'm not saying that is obviously if they go, here you go, you can't argue with us, Barcelona, but half it for a bid. And
For a bid, possibly bid what, 150 million?
if he wants to go, he'll have to go.
Well, I'd say they'll look for the buyout clause. There's a buyout clause for a reason there. Like,
No, the buyout clause is to stop mad teams from Dubai just being like, here, recently found a pool of oil.
Dan,
Here's
let
250
me tell you something, right? And this is just simple business ethics, okay? If he starts dragging his feet and he makes it very clear to the press and to the club he wants to leave, Barcelona are not going to say to any team, 150 million. I'm not taking that for a player who doesn't want to play for us. Of course they're going to take 150
And also,
million.
Barcelona, all through the years, they're not Real Madrid. They don't keep on to players who no matter how good they are.
well, the thing is, well, yeah, like Ronaldinho.
And he's literally done everything.
Like
Like
he's like 6 assists away from breaking the Liga all-time assists, and he thinks he needs a couple of more goals, a couple of more
Like,
assists in Champions League, and he's actually won everything in football.
I'm not
He's
comparing
got
them.
every record.
I'm not
like-
comparing them in talent or anything, but just in the one club thing. I think half the reason Gerrard still has to fight is because he hasn't won everything.
Yeah.
He wants that Premier League.
Well,
I think,
that
I
last
think if
year
he
you
won-
could see he
Ex-
was
exactly,
like he
that-
didn't care if he died on the last day as long as he won that. He had that medal, lifted
I
the
think I
trophy,
would have preferred if he had not, instead of that slip.
Stop
to be honest.
slipped
but,
and banged his head.
But, no,
you
I
know,
wouldn't say that, just no slip at all.
Listen, I think it would be pretty exciting and fresh if he did leave, because there is nothing else he can do.
No,
And
I-
you're always talking about how you want him to be viewed as the best of all time because you want to say that you were alive and you got to see the entire career of the person who goes down as the best, right? Let me tell you this: he might never win a World Cup now, but I think it'd be a lot easier to look back in his career and kind of go, yeah, he's probably definitely the best ever if he went somewhere else and had a similar record.
Well, that's what Maradona did. He went to Napoli and he won the Scudetto and he won UEFA Cups.
Yeah, I
and
don't know if Messi
Well,
going
I
to
think-
Italy is
think
going
it-
to prove it.
No,
I
that's
understand.
I'm
But
just
think
saying
in
that's what
2
he did,
years,
though.
if he wins Ballon d'Or with Bayern Munich, it'd be very hard to argue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If he could do similar numbers in another club,
Oh no,
it's very hard to
I'm not denying this fact, and I actually think
In saying that,
I think he will go.
Ronaldo already has 20 goals this season, so it's
I
like,
think
it's pretty decent.
I think he will go in not this summer, the summer after, and I can see them grooming all the way for Neymar as the new poster boy.
Absolutely
Given
bad decision. To
the
make.
number
You must-
10
You must admit this is Neymar is
The
not
Nike,
the
the
guy.
Nike thing with
No, but he's as low.
Neymar. He's young. He's massive in South America.
Dan,
he's
how-
as big as Messi in,
Okay,
South
how
America.
long could let's say
And
Neymar?
he's Nike. It's
I know,
perfect
yeah.
fit. I don't agree with it, but I can see I can see that from when they bought him.
Yeah.
it's just this sort of steps.
There
are
is
coming
no
in.
replacement for him, though.
I understand that, but I think that if Neymar was to become the poster boy if Messi left, they're not going to have the same success, and he will then become the scapegoat.
No, what they should do is give him, like, if you've got Messi there and he's somewhat happy, he's not, like, he actually was smiling a lot. Like, he went off, he didn't want to do any interviews. Xavi like brought him back onto the field. Like, you could see him. Xavi like carried him back in, and they started throwing up in the air, and
Oh, yeah.
like they were like gave him a guard of honor and everything. And it was just like he actually kind of was smiling, but he didn't even care about the interviews.
No,
He's like,
no.
I
He's
don't
a
want
humble
to,
boy. He's a humble lad.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. Moyes had his first match in charge of Sociedad, and it was a draw.
Shocker.
Shocker.
Did you hear the story about the plane?
Oh, what was the story?
That, they went to land and went, no, and drove around for a bit and went to land and they went, no. And then they went to another airport a couple of miles, 50 minutes drive away, so we had to drive. And,
In La Coruña
yeah.
or in
La Coruña.
Why did they do this to him? were just
Obviously,
fucking with him.
snow on the thing or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know why they did it. But
that's very
anyway,
funny.
he drew, and he got the La Coruña assistant manager sent off as well, which was great. Sociedad.
Have you seen how old he looks?
It's same with Pep. Sometimes I think.
Pep has had the biggest age turn.
I think Mourinho had the same
6
thing. It's
years.
just when they get mad stressful jobs.
Yeah, if you look at Mourinho like 6 years ago, it's insane.
You look at Pep Guardiola, looks like a different man.
He was
No,
a
he
lot-
really does.
I know he's a lot more grey.
He had a full head of hair on him when he started that job, and his final year with Barcelona after 3 years. There wasn't.
full head of hair.
He did.
Ah, come on.
I'll get you a picture. I will show you.
All right. I don't know about that. Okay.
Did you see Ancelotti doing the Ronaldo celebration?
No.
Ronaldo scored or whatever, and you know the way Ronaldo runs and does like that.
Yeah. It's for those.
All you see is Ancelotti on the bench just going.
Bale is trying to nick it as well. Actually.
Oh, did you see that video of the Ronaldo doing a celebration in training?
Yeah.
Fucking guy.
Or did you see La Liga's finally gotten exciting because who's got involved? Only the main man, Batman. Batman's suing Valencia.
Yeah, because the Batman crest, it's like it looks like the Bacardi crest. You know the Bacardi kind of logo.
I know the Valencia logo. I know exactly what's
Yeah.
happening, and I don't believe it.
Well, it's there's no like truth, I don't think, to it. But
Yeah, there you go now. Sorry, off now.
Okay, then first off, what year was that other picture?
That's his final year. with
do you not
Barcelona.
do what the World Cup winners did? And, you
Okay,
know, when you win something, you shave your
Dan,
head.
that's not his final year with Barcelona.
It is.
Dan, he was well fucking bald by the end of Barcelona. This is like just an affront to
These
my
are,
view.
those are two photos beside each other.
That's him in his final year.
Okay, are you talking about as a player for Barcelona?
That's
Yes,
him
he
when
is.
he took over in his first game, and that's his last week.
Okay. That's
Okay.
fine. I thought you were saying, look, give me this photo. Dan has this photo of Pep Guardiola looking like a fucking...
This is Guardiola out of the womb, and this is
No, it's literally
He's looking like
2009 to
You
2012.
look like a GQ model, like what Dave Nocton wants to be. And then on the other side, I thought you were showing me him at Bayern.
No.
But what Dan's actually showing me is the end of him as a player and the end of him as... Yeah, and how much time had elapsed between that? Like 8 years.
3 years. It was 2009 he took over. That's 2012. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a 3-year age gap.
It wasn't 2009 he
He took over in 2008 he took over, excuse me. 2008-9
year's what
season,
makes
and
it-
he left in 2011-12.
But anyway, even though the Valencia thing looks nothing like the DC Comics one, I still support Batman and all his endeavors. So
That's what
look
he
out for
was.
the new Batman movie where he fights the Joker as Valencia chairman.
I don't know if there's any point in really going into this or talking about it, but I just feel like I have to tell you. I think for some reason when we brought up Moyes getting the Sociedad job a few weeks ago and he was tipped for it, it just reminded me of Steve McLaren when he went to the Netherlands. And I just
football.
I can't stop thinking about it.
But
And I
he's getting
haven't
away,
I
isn't
haven't
he,
gone
like?
to watch it yet.
He looks more out of like a fish out of water than he did at United. Guillaume Balaguer interviewed him. I was watching like reviews
Oh,
of the
really?
league, and there he was asking him questions, going, "This is a shithole." Like he didn't know how lucky he had it. Like he was complaining about the pitch and the trading thing and all that sort of stuff. And Guillaume Balaguer spoke a bit of Spanish to him, and like
he said gracias. and
David
things.
Moyes acted like he was shot, going, "What?"
To be fair though, Sociedad have had a big, massive thing for British managers.
No,
though.
he's grand. He's got two. He's
Like,
got two
John Aldridge-
translators. And it's great because
Aldridge-
like David Moyes, like, let's tell them to, and then you just see the two lads going.
All right,
It's great to watch.
you have some notes from the Milan derby.
There was a great goal. I forgot to write down who it was, but I think it was
Joel
Menes.
Obi got the Inter Milan goal.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant. Inter Milan are a shell of a team they used to be.
Oh my god, it's
Mancini
so sad.
took over, and everyone's like, it's the second goal. We're like, yeah, Mancini bought a lot of players.
Yeah.
And
Like he had Adriano and Ibrahimovic up front for a while.
he had a great time.
Crespo.
Like.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was one of Milan took the lead. I was hoping Torres would score. That's why I was watching it, but he didn't. He's actually still pretty dreadful.
I think you do a good job.
SCN's playing as well, despite Neil giving his autopsy.
Yeah, Neil, can you actually explain that? SCN is dead. Me and John had not got a
What?
clue. We messaged each other immediately.
Yeah.
What's he talking about?
I think
Why
it
is
was,
SCN dead?
I think it was in preparation for our first ever show, and we just kind of opened up this group on Facebook to chat and compare notes. And I just wanted to shake it up a little and just tell you that Michael Essien had met his maker. I had fun.
He was unlucky not to get a penalty anyway. Milan took the lead. Great goal by Menes. Might be my goal of the week. And then it was just a nice volley. But then Inter took the lead. Inter equalised, and I think that was pretty much it. The Italian league's very poor.
Is that a Middle Earth t-shirt you're wearing there?
No, it's a Joy Division Asia t-shirt.
Okay.
Much worse. Much more emotional, emo.
So much more emotional. Speaking of emotions, Dan, over to your corner for your section of the
I feel
show.
like this needs theme music.
Yeah, I still have to work on this fucking Dropbox thing. Not
I
Dropbox.
have something for this.
Yeah?
Some Ireland fans were kicked out and their banners taken for having John Delaney out signs
Yes.
over the whole ticket.
Yeah.
It's a
This
fucking
is going on.
fascist dictatorship, huh?
Well, yeah, like they're getting kicked out of. Oh no, I'll say right. He's one.
Okay, get in your
I need a
corner.
piece of-
Yeah,
Well,
get
no,
in your
no, yeah,
corner.
no.
Get in your
Fuck
corner.
Leeds. Fuck Leeds. We fuck. Oh, jeez. You saw the goals, John.
Oh, yeah, hilarious.
Go on.
Oh.
What happened?
The first one, and
John,
Metallica's
there's
fallen
a toilet
over.
there. Okay. Yeah,
You used to live here.
For those of you who don't know, I have a toilet beside where I sit in the studio. Like literally right beside.
Well, no, there's a room. There is a room in the a room surrounds the toilet. It's not just in the middle of the floor.
Okay, Leeds.
You should have seen the goals. We're winning 1-0. Comfortable match. What happens? A long ball in. What happens? Of course, the centre half collides with the goalkeeper. 2 weeks in a fucking row, this fucking happens and costs us the match again.
Was it the same centre back?
Nope.
Okay, well that would have been really
same
good.
goalkeeper.
Okay, obviously.
And dropped them. And then they went down to 10 men. Then and we're like, oh, we've actually got a chance now. Last 5 minutes, what happens? Another ball into the box, and our ex-striker, who refused to play for us last year and gave the fans the finger, dives over Sam Byram and a fucking penalty in the 91st minute. To say I was fucking annoyed is an understatement.
So where are they at now?
We are 3 points above the drop. We're about 16th or 15th or something.
Ah.
But
Parallel
the whole thing is we
universes, you and
actually
I.
played really well.
Yeah.
That's what's pissed me off. Solomon
And,
Dakar with 8 goals this year. What's
That's
going on?
pretty good. John Delaney.
I didn't write this. This is John's script.
But has something happened with John Delaney that we
He's
should
just
talk
a
about?
prick. I'll talk about him in Spoof for the Week.
Okay, we wait till then?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Okay, let's go to our Champions League preview. So tomorrow, by the time this is Tuesday the 25th of November, there's not really like many outstanding clashes here. Obviously, City against Bayern Munich is going to be fascinating. They need a win here.
They have to win their 2
and-
remaining games, don't they?
Yeah, they need a win here. And do they need a draw between Moscow and Roma?
I think they do.
Yeah,
Or-
they're in dire straits. So that's really the story. Is that group? Nothing really else there.
Liverpool the same. They literally do they need 6 points? Liverpool? As
No,
well, or 4?
6 points at a 2-goal lead. Win over Basel will get them through with
shows
that one.
shows the standard of the Premier League though this year in Europe, doesn't it? Like Arsenal,
Okay,
they
yeah.
should be fine, but
Okay, but that's that. So Wednesday is Arsenal and Dortmund. We also have Atletico Madrid against Olympiacos. Atletico Madrid could secure it there. Basel and Madrid. Madrid are away to Basel, and
They'll
we have to
threaten
travel
around
to
there.
Ludogorets on Wednesday.
where how's their home form been? They drew to Basel, didn't they?
Their home form hasn't been great.
But
They're
better
not,
away
a
from
good,
home.
they're not a good team.
They're not.
Oh,
a
I
good
know, yeah, they're shite.
But Liverpool lost to the worst team in the Premier League, or second worst to West Brom. So I don't expect much now.
Yeah, it's going to be
You
a
did lose to
toughie.
West Brom, did you?
No, I'm saying West Brom are the worst team in the league. Crystal Palace are second, or at least joint.
Burnley the worst.
I don't think Burnley are that bad.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much everything. Okay, so awards time. I guess Dan, we'll go to you, and you can start off there with your team of the week.
Team of the week. I've got Houlihan. De Gea in goal.
Yeah,
Liam Moore, he got a nice little clean sheet for Leicester, so stick him right back,
it's
Didn't get the
outrageous.
clean sheet, I don't think, all season. John O'Shea, put him in for the crack.
Honestly, it's like
You can't be putting them in just for the crack.
it's like the Make the Wish Foundation. Like I'll give it to the lads. They
Well, they
deserve
kept there's no one kept
Won't
clean
be here
sheets
for
this
long.
week. Not many kept clean sheets this week, to be fair, so you have to put them in. I'll put Michael Duff in as well. He did well with Burnley this week. They defended very well. So put him in.
Can I just say, sorry, just on that Make-A-Wish thing, I don't know if you saw the kayfabe news thing, that it was injured...
John Cena meets himself.
Injured John Cena gets a visit from himself. It's a picture of him in a bed.
What did he say? I actually kind of wish it was The Rock visiting me or something.
Okay, go ahead, sorry.
Also got Chris Smalling, because I thought he actually played very well for Man United.
Uh-huh.
He missed a sitter.
Smalling?
Yeah.
Dan, this is not your best team of the
No.
week, man.
Man, it wasn't a very good week for
You're
football.
throwing numbers out.
Jedinak.
You literally had 2 weeks.
Jedinak. Yeah, but one set of games. You do a team, it was actually better than this. Instead of just going, Sanchez up front.
I have Robbie Brady there.
John, have you done a team? No. Yeah, you see, there you go.
See, yeah, you can't.
I did the thing.
I do it every week and have a team.
Okay,
mine has a few lulls in it.
Yeah, you'd almost be convinced now that you came up with a concept for the show or something.
Yeah,
I did.
Not sure about that. Sissoko, he got a goal. Put him in. Balassi, because he destroyed some crap team.
I'd have Brady in there.
Yeah, put Brady in. Even though he lost. You don't like me putting people who lost. I'll put Hazard in.
Just to annoy you. Rules to this.
Ericsson, he did actually pretty well with Spurs. He's the only player doing anything for them. And I put Danny Ings in front because he got 2 goals.
Who's your man who scored? Gale. Gale played well.
Would you put Rooney in?
That's a fun stat about the Liverpool game. Skirtle and Gerrard, the defensive mid and the centre back, won no tackles.
Fuck my ass.
Here's one. Van Persie only had 13 touches of the ball, and 4 were corners.
Yeah,
on Saturday.
You'll do it.
Yeah, Van Persie had a terrible game. He had only 1 touch inside the box. It's just one of those things. It was highlighted on Monday Night Football a few weeks ago. That it's just like they don't play. He plays off the shoulder of the defender, you know, and they used to like play sly balls into him. Nobody passes to him when he makes runs anymore.
I don't think they trust him.
I just think it's ridiculous. Like, you know,
he's on pace though. He's not gonna.
Okay, it doesn't matter. They could still at least try and feed him stuff, you know? If you have no pace, you're more inclined to need better service. And now they're just not passing to him. I don't know. I find it very, very strange. Anyway, surely Keane and Danny Ings are the 2 forwards of the week.
Keane?
Yeah. Keane. Fucking from Spurs. Kane. Yeah, that's what I said.
I was going to say, what's the name of the Barca's keeper?
Bravo?
Yeah, there was a moment where I was watching the Barcelona match, you know, watching history and all that, and there was a moment where they were like, the typical nonsense when Barcelona play small teams, and they're like, I don't think Bravo's had a save to make, like, and Barca conceded no goal, and I was like, who's playing up front for who are they playing? Only a bearded Aspas.
Oh. How's he looking with the beard?
Looks awful. It looks like a over hairy testicle.
Would you have him back?
No.
You would.
Really wouldn't.
All right. Okay, so goal of the week.
I don't really have one. Menez, maybe.
Menez?
Dick.
I also saw the match.
Brady's free kick, maybe.
Yeah, the next free kick.
Messi's free kick.
Messi's free kick.
Free kicks are good. Ericsson's free kick.
Ericsson's free kick is great.
Lambert was nice to see a Liverpool player score a goal.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to say Lambert was goal of the week because it's the only way I can enjoy football anymore. It was a great assist. It's my assist of the week.
I'll go for Messi's second goal, the little tap in because he got his goal.
Okay, that's
he really took that off Suarez's boot, didn't he?
I think if Suarez had ran in and taken it, Messi would have.
Well, the ball was to Suarez. Messi was like, wait a second, like tried to take Suarez's leg off with it. But nah, you'll give it to him. Nice finish.
Who is your spoofer of the week?
John Delaney.
Okay.
He was out with the fans. You're fucking the best fan. That's the way he fucking speaks.
Did he have lemon in his mouth there?
That's the way he talks. And he was really singing rebel songs and anti-Brit songs in a pub.
Fabulous.
And like this just puts like any chance of like an All Ireland League or getting good relations up there. It's just like, what are you doing, man? And then like the anti-Delaney protests, like people getting thrown out and banners taken away, and it's just like this man, like he's earning more than like, and Independent now are doing like a 2-part documentary about him. What a great man he is.
The Independent
and RTA are doing.
He's a great man. I was listening to an interview with a guy who used to be on the books at Liverpool, and he did a good interview, and he now works for youth development, for the FAI. Oh. He was saying how much money there is in that, and how much support they're doing, and how coaching is different, how much money there is in it, despite the nonsense that Dan spews about that John Delaney takes all the money.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
And there's not that much money.
He also does earn like over.
He's head of a corporation.
$400,000.
Yeah. What do you want?
Why is he earning more? Why is he earning more than Barack Obama?
Because he's an independent businessman. I don't know. It's not really
because he pays for his stuff that Obama doesn't. Do you think Obama pays for his food or his car or his petrol or his taxes? No. Do you think he pays for anything? No.
That's probably true.
So Obama takes a lot of holidays. Do you think he pays for them? No.
He's president of the United States.
He's in job for about 8 years and doesn't pay for anything. So imagine how much money he's really earning. Yeah.
I would say
no.
Delaney, who is not doing anything good for Irish football.
He's doing a lot good, I'd imagine.
He's really not.
You talk to any fan who goes to the away matches, they all think he's great.
Yeah, because he goes out, the best fans will buy
No, because he knows them, he treats them.
Yeah, no, yeah.
For the whole Scotland game, he contacted all of them. He had a list of all of them on the thing and made sure they all got tickets if they wanted them. Because he cares about the fans and he cares about Irish football. It's only the people who
he cares about the international game. That's it. He has
because that's where the money is. That's the only money that international football gets.
Yeah, but
there's no funny in the League of Ireland. League of Ireland makes so little money that Shamrock Rovers had to give a jersey away for season tickets. That's how I hope we get season tickets.
It's also a ploy to get rid of these because they're sitting there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no support for it. And
but
how much money do you think it'll need to do it?
There's not going to be support though if you completely neglect it and call it a problem child.
It is a problem child.
Well, then you
talk to anyone who's ever owned a football club. Your man who owns the Orchard there, he used to be part of Sunderland, and he just
Charlie Chalk,
and he used to say that they just eat up your money. They're not profitable football clubs.
Yeah, but you don't just neglect it and leave it there.
He doesn't neglect it, Dan.
He does though.
Okay, whatever.
But you see, you don't watch League of Ireland though. I
don't want to. It's terrible. I've watched enough matches to know I've no interest in it. The only people who do watch it are people who are going, "Oh, it's the Irish thing to do."
No, I watch it because it's local football.
Exactly. That's what my argument. I shouldn't have to be forced to watch something because
I'm not forced to watch anything.
I don't think
you are right there. Yeah.
I don't think Devon's came in to make a point, and the universe wouldn't let me. I think what Dan's trying to say is that as a supporter of football, it's good to try and give back to the local football because it will be nice to be.
We're not gonna go anywhere as an international team and qualify for tournaments the way we have our setup of Irish football.
Yes.
It's not feasible to do this. Not unless we get Jose Mourinho to manage those players. We're just going to keep getting worse. And that's the fundamental issue that's going on for a lot of these fans, in my view.
Okay, hero of the week. I gave mine as Joe Allen for being a tough son of a gun.
I didn't give my spoofer.
Oh, sorry, John.
Sorry. That sounds sarcastic, but I have a very funny story. Anyway, forehead gump himself, Gervinho.
Yes.
He took a bit of a holiday, as you do. And he went back to his home country.
Ivory Coast.
Had a bit of a time. And, like they say in Greece, summer loving it happens so fast. Found a bit of a girl. Loved her a lot. Had a good time. Decided to bring her back, as you do. But, you don't take stuff out of Africa, like Ebola or slaves. You try to leave them there, right? And
pause for editing.
And anyway, he refused to get on a plane without this lovely lady. And
this was a woman of the night, yes.
Yeah, I'd imagine so, yeah.
Okay.
And the airport attendants were like, yeah, we can't let you do this. And anyway, the 4 airport attendants got sacked. We don't know the whereabouts of the woman. She's probably dead.
When was this? This week?
Yeah. Anyway.
Did you not hear about this?
No.
Yeah, so
really is my spoofer hero.
there you go. So how can he... How did they get fired for trying to enforce the rules?
He's a big money maker.
Because he's a money maker. Okay, fucking brilliant. So that's your spoofer and hero of the week. Do you have a hero of the week?
I enjoyed your man who threw the red wine over the.
Yeah, I have to go with that.
Ancelotti's celebration was great, but I'll give it to Messi because.
Okay, you know what? That should be that. Was that your?
I have Messi, but there's also another one. The 3-year anniversary of his death is this week. Is Gary Speed.
Oh,
so
fuck
off! Well done, Gary Speed.
That's the second time you've done that. It was his birthday there for one of our first shows.
And it's going to keep happening every year, round the clock.
It's fucking 12 weeks time. It's the anniversary of halftime of Gary Speed's fucking birthday.
Well, Gary Speed had his first halftime orange this week in 1979, so we'd like to dedicate the show to Gary Speed.
Every fucking week, we get rid of Dan's Corner for Gary Speed update. Like he's still dead.
There's only a couple of things written about him.
Okay, this is hilarious. All right,
Gary Speed.
Okay.
What the fuck did he do? He get the snakes out of Ireland or something? Like he had a couple
There's
of
never
moments.
snakes in Ireland, John.
Steven Gerrard ever retires. Me and Neil are going to use this. Like.
Oh, I tell you.
Well, to be honest, we do talk about half the show about Liverpool.
Hey, look, I kept it pretty under wraps this week. I was like, No,
There's a
more
story
Liverpool.
this week that
Yeah, there's a big story about
it's
them.
not our fault that
They're
they're
shite.
failing miserably and take off half the show. If they start winning every match and be like, Liverpool won, hooray!
In fact, by buying so much Liverpool merchandise every single year and going to matches, we're doing our best to help them. We're giving them our money. So it's definitely not our fault. Anyway,
Although with your bachelor party, we're doing our best not to give us the money.
I tell you. Listen, the thing with Gary Speed, right? Was there any truth to the rumour that he was embarrassed about a relationship he was having with somebody at the time?
Like his sexuality, you mean?
Yeah.
No, don't think so.
No, nothing more came out about that?
No, I think that was probably just
Well, maybe if he
cheap
had.
tabloid shit.
Okay.
If you had what?
Sorry? Maybe the ITK soccer show, fantasy football. I've gone and thrown my notes on the ground.
And
Hold
you
on.
forgot your the teasers. I've those written down.
Oh, the teasers. Go for the teasers
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Was there a teaser last week?
Well, 2 weeks ago it was.
Oh, okay.
6. What is it? How many? Got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 6.
Oh, it's this Liverpool.
6 Liverpool players to score on their debut score their first goal against Chelsea for Liverpool.
Okay. Chin Chan Man?
Yes.
Chin Chan Man.
Torres.
Yeah, I was going to say Torres.
Patrick Berger.
No. There's one playing
Risa.
for. He's playing in the Premier League still.
Oh, Crouch?
No.
Charlie Adam.
No, you're kind of along the right way though.
Downey.
No.
Carroll.
No.
I got it. Glenn Johnson.
Pretending to play for Liverpool.
Okay, so hold on. We've got Torres and Chin Chan Man.
Yes.
Um,
I'll go back a bit further. You're not going to get this one. Dean Saunders is one.
okay,
What?
Patrick Berger.
No, I'm saying him.
Jamie Redknapp.
Yes.
Fuck yeah. So
Look
hold
at
on. How many more is there?
2 more. One was dubbed the new Zidane.
Salif Joe.
No.
Patrick Berger.
Bruno Shearer.
Yes. And one more. He's still playing in the Premier League.
The one who still played in the Premier League. Pennant. He's still playing in the Premier League.
It's not Crouch. Where does he play?
Midfield.
Ah, fucking hell. Had a lot
You
of
got
time.
rid of him there.
Joe Cole.
Last summer?
No.
Last summer. Not this one. Summer ago.
2 summers ago.
Yes.
We got rid of him.
He got an England cap. Everyone got an England cap.
Joey Barton. Oh, John Joe Shelby.
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, that was a great goal, actually.
There's your 6.
Ah.
There you go.
It was a great moment where when City were losing, beating Swansea and John Joe Shelby was coming on. They're like, this is an age for John Joe Shelby. That was every Liverpool fan went, no, it's not. Just tried a few shots from about 40 yards. Jesus.
Remember that game against Liverpool and Swansea?
Had a great time.
4 goals he was responsible for.
That's right. I was at Soundgarden that night and my phone was lighting up and I was just like, what the fuck am I reading here?
Reflecting off his head. Like,
He was reflecting, why the fuck am I at Soundgarden?
Oh, come on. Behave. Now, okay, the Fantasy League. Oh, no, wait, this week's teaser. I'm all over the shop.
okay, 6 Dutchmen to score a Premier League hat-trick.
Okay. I don't think that's hard.
Ooh.
I don't think that's that hard.
Well, if you keep just naming random Dutch players, you will get it. But like,
No,
if you
because-
keep it within about
do
8 or 9 goals,
Do you
that'll be
remember I
hard.
came to you one night, half cut, and I said, Dad, I have this Premier League Dutch 11.
Yeah.
And I gave it to you and I was really proud of myself.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, well, I'm sure some of them are in it.
I'd
You'd
imagine
hazard
so.
a guess at your Davidses and your Cliverts, although there's no way that they got it.
No. Did we mention one of them earlier?
Yeah,
or-
News?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, now, we'll go through the fantasy thing. The code, of course, is 174451-525194.
And we've got an extra person in this
So
week.
it's working. Oh God! Well, I'll say it again. 174451-525194. So there's an extra person in, and somehow myself and John have not moved places. That's incredible. Okay, so Seamus is in at number 11. Dave Nocton, focusing too much on his hair and not enough on his laptop, well, unless he's having a Tom Shank, is
Well, he
in
uses the
number 10.
iPad.
Huh? Oh, does he?
Yeah.
All right.
Cleaner. Just wipe.
Oh yeah.
Nothing stuck in the keys.
I suppose that is the way. The way
More,
of the
more
new age
GQ
man.
as well, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Enda is there at 9. Tommy at 8. Here's the new boy, Steven Vincent.
You don't know him. He's a Spurs fan.
Fair play,
Yeah.
Stephen. Look, I said Harry Kane. All right, John, you're still at 6. You see, calling yourself devastating slips isn't funny anymore because we're shit.
Which devastating slipping, should I
Do you actually honestly think that's the start? Why?
Okay,
it's
stop.
going on?
It's not. Number 5 is myself. Ron O'Reilly is at 4th. Rob is at third. He's gone up while Ronan's gone down. Gary's gone... Oh, here we go. Dan is ahead by a point. By one. Did you know it was by 1 point?
No, I didn't even know.
Yeah. So Gary Kiernan is on 645. Dan is on 646.
I had a good week though.
You had a tremendous week.
I had an awful week.
I had a shite week.
Di Maria
I'm averaging like 35 points. Yeah, you Di Maria. That Di
I had
Maria
Di Maria
chance
as
was
well.
incredible. Okay. I guess before we go, we see. I really wanted to do this, but we're gonna have to do it again because, as we alluded to earlier, Friday last week, Dan was up in Deep Space Nine in Quark's bar, getting off his tits, while me and John were trying to review Pro Evo and FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any memories of playing Pro Evo and FIFA with the idea that we'd review them for the soccer show?
I remember I was annoyed Lewis Cook wasn't in the game for Leeds.
Dan was still complaining about how Ireland were playing halfway through our game of FIFA.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That did happen. John,
yeah.
We'll do a proper review, but any quick notes on the two games?
I haven't played enough of Pro, but I don't know. I probably think it's better. I think FIFA's getting pretty repetitive for me.
I find it's very... The goals are very samey.
Yeah.
It's definitely... Pro definitely looks better.
Yeah.
And I think Pro has kind of
I
tried
don't think it plays as well.
I think it's too slow. That's my issue.
It's definitely slower. It's
like
almost
an
like
Italian
they've
league
it's almost
match or
like they've swapped each other from about 7 years ago. FIFA's now like this kind of game where if everybody's like form is up and you pick two good teams and you're two similarly good players in terms of it's going to be mental. Well, Pro is like, no matter who you're playing with,
it's realistic in the way if you go 1-0 down, you're like shit.
Yeah.
It's like
but like even if you're playing with a really good number 10 and a really good centre forward, like half of your through balls won't get in. You know what I mean? It's an interesting one, but we'll go back, we'll do a proper night of it, and we'll review it perhaps the next international break. And no more gin for you, Dan.
I did drink a litre.
Yeah, I know you did.
It was quite impressive.
It would have been just about a litre, wasn't it? Oh wait a minute, no. Was the bottle you bought a litre?
The bottle I bought was 70 cl.
The best part,
the rest you had, yeah.
The best part was like me and Tommy were talking in another group that we have, and we were like, I wonder how bad Dan feels like, because we both had a bit of an inkling. We get a Snapchat of like Dan just like smile. It's like, I feel great. It's like, well, you've obviously just slept on your couch since you're still wearing the Ireland jersey.
Oh, just went to bed, isn't it? That's much of a supporter of John Delaney I am.
I would have done it. All right, well done, guys. Anything else before we go?
I'm playing the International tomorrow, so tonight if you're listening to it, so come.
Excellent. What time are you on at?
About 9ish.
Sweet. That's
the guy saw me.
That
I was
terrible
great.
one from Dundalk there.
Hey, she was pretty.
She was very pretty. She wasn't very good.
No. But I happily give John a shout out. I went to see him last week, my third time of trying, and I actually saw him this time.
I think the best time was when we both went to see him and we were in the pub and we came in and we missed it.
Yep, that was definitely the best one.
Yeah.
And the second time I was walking towards the venue and I found that I'd missed him. So went in to see him in Chaplin's. It's an authentic Dublin pub, like proper authentic. Like there's crazy men there every day at the bar and they get offered cake by the barman. You know,
It's literally ruining my comedy career.
Would you like some cake?
Would you like some cake? Your favorite cake? Do you know about this?
Some guy who looked like Papa Smurf at the bar. He's like, would you like some cake? It's your favourite.
And he didn't know what planet he was on. Much like Dan on Friday. Maybe you guys were together in spirit. But yeah, I would highly recommend going to see John tomorrow at the International Bar. And definitely, please, if you haven't already, go and join the Fantasy League. It is 174451-525194. People are jumping in all the time. And they're still better than Seamus and Dave Naughton, so it doesn't even matter if you were late into it. You could probably still join our league and finish in a decent place, I'd say.
And there's prizes.
And there is prizes. So, anything else from yourself, Dan, before we go?
No.
Okay, follow us on Twitter at
ITK Soccer Show.
and we'll be with you same time next week.